Hi everyone, welcome to Rushchem summary videos. In this video, I'm summarizing the lesson isomers. So what are isomers? So isomers, they have the same molecular formula where atoms are arranged in different ways. So there are two types called structural and stereoisomers. In structural isomers, they have the same molecular formula, but atoms are connected in different ways. And there are two types of structural isomers, which are chain and the positional. In stereoisomers, the connectivity of atoms are also same, but their spatial arrangement is different. So under stereoisomers, we learn optical and geometric isomers. Okay, first we will look at positional isomer. So as you can see in these examples, so what are positional isomers? When the functional group is on a different carbon atoms, they both have the same carbon chain, but the functional group is on a different carbon atom. So you can see propan 1 all and propan 2 all. So in propan 1 all, the OH is the functional group that's on the first carbon atom, whereas in propan 2 all, OH functional group on the second carbon atom. So they are positional isomers. They have the same carbon chain, but the functional group is on a different carbon atom. Okay, we'll look at chain isomers now. So in chain isomers, the carbon chain is different. So that results from branching. So you can see in hexane, the 6 carbon atoms are arranged in one single chain. And the other one, you have you also have 6 carbon atoms, but 5 carbon atoms are arranged in one chain. And then you also got a branched one, which is the methyl group. So they are chain isomers. So they have different carbon chains. So in one, you have a longest carbon chain with 6 carbon atoms. So it's a straight chain. The other one is branched, so which is called 3-methyl pentane because you have a 5 carbon chain. And the methyl group is on the third carbon. Even 2-methyl pentane is a chain isomer of hexane. So chain isomers are then as a result of branching. Okay, then the optical isomers. So they have a different arrangement of atoms around one atom in a molecule, or else their spatial arrangement is different. So when we talk about optical isomers, we should know what are chiral centers. A chiral center or a chiral carbon atom is a carbon atom with 4 different groups attached to that. So if you look at this example here, so I say this carbon is a chiral carbon atom because it got chlorine, bromine, fluorine, hydrogen. So 4 different groups are there. So this carbon, therefore, is a chiral carbon atom. And here you got 4 carbons. And if you look at each of them, the first carbon is not chiral because it got the same group, 3 hydrogens, they are same. The second carbon is a chiral carbon. So why is that? The second carbon got a CH3, it got H, it got OH, and it got this whole group around that. So you can see it got 4 different groups around that. Therefore, it is a chiral carbon atom. The next one is not chiral because it got 2 hydrogens on it. And the last carbon, if you look at the last carbon, it is also not chiral. So you can see the groups on that carbon are different, but it got all different groups, but it only got 3 groups now. Because of the carbon oxygen double bond here, this carbon has only 3 groups. So this one, and that whole group. So so at that time it won't be chiral because you need to have 4 different groups attached to the carbon to make it chiral. So now you know what is a chiral center. Now we'll see what is a chiral molecule. A chiral molecule must contain at least one chiral center. So if the molecule has just one chiral carbon atom, so that molecule will be a chiral molecule. So what about then molecules with more than one chiral centers? If there are more than one chiral centers, the molecule can be chiral or sometimes it cannot be chiral also. So that determines by the plane of symmetry. So if the molecule has a plane of symmetry, it won't be a chiral molecule. So we look at these 2 examples here. So both these molecules, they got chiral centers. You can see the first molecule here, it got two chiral centers. So this carbon atom is a chiral. So here you can see it like that's the carbon atom. There must be a hydrogen. It's not shown here, but there is a hydrogen. So that makes it having 4 groups. Therefore, it's a chiral center. Even that carbon is a chiral center because it also got 4 different groups around that. It got OH, it got CH2OH, it got hydrogen here, and then this big group. So that's a chiral center. So you got 2 chiral centers here. The molecule doesn't have a plane of symmetry. Therefore, this molecule is a chiral molecule. What about the other one? So this molecule also got 2 chiral centers. If you look at here, it got OH, CO2H, H, and from the bottom, it got this whole thing. So 4 different groups are there. Therefore, it's a chiral center. But this one also chiral. We can see OH, CO2H, H, and that whole thing. So it got 4 different groups. Therefore, this carbon is also chiral. But the molecule also got a plane of symmetry. You can divide your molecule into 2 equal halves. So therefore, even though it has 2 chiral centers, the molecule won't be chiral. So therefore, I say it's achiral. The reason is it has a plane of symmetry. So what's the conclusion from that? If the molecule just have only one chiral center, the molecule will be chiral. So when the molecule contains more than one chiral center, so see whether it has a plane of symmetry or not. If it has a plane of symmetry, it will be achiral, right? Otherwise, it will be chiral. So chiral molecules, they can exist as enantiomers. So they are the optical isomers, right? So each isomer is called enantiomer. So what are they? So if you look at the molecule given here, you can see this is a chiral molecule because it got one chiral center. So the optical isomer of this molecule is this one. So you can see these two molecules are mirror images. If you keep a mirror here, so this mirror here, the reflection of that this molecule here will be that. So therefore, I say these two are mirror images. And what are enantiomers? Then the optical isomers. So these are optical isomers that are non-superimposable mirror images. I can't superimpose these two mirror images even after rotation. Now here I'm showing that I'm rotating this molecule. So after rotation, it looks like this. So even after the rotation, I can't superimpose this molecule on that. So therefore, I can say these two molecules are enantiomers. So enantiomers are what? Optical isomers that are non-superimposable mirror images of each other. So they are mirror images, but you can't superimpose those mirror images. Okay, now we will look at geometric isomers, or else we say cis-trans isomers. Okay, so we'll take the example C2H2Br2. You can see in this molecule there is a double bond. So these are the 3 different ways I can draw C2H2Br2. If you look at the second and the third structure, right? So we'll first take. So what are the different ways now? I can put the 2 bromines on the same carbon atom, or else I can put the bromines on 2 different carbon atoms. Here also I have put the 2 bromines on different carbon atoms. So for it to be a cis-trans isomer, so each carbon making the double bond must have 2 different groups. So look at the second and the third example. So these ones can behave as cis-trans isomers because each carbon making the double bond, so these ones, they have 2 different groups attached. However, in this one, if you take this carbon, it got the same group attached. So at that time, they can't make cis-trans isomers. The requirement is you should have a double bond, and each carbon making the double bond must have 2 different groups attached. Therefore, these 2 structures can make cis-trans isomers. So if they can make cis-trans isomers, one structure will be cis and the other one will be trans. So we'll see how do we find now cis and trans. So cis is when the 2 groups are on the same side of the double bond. So like here, you can see, so from each carbon, I take the bulky group. So from the first carbon, I select bromine. From the second carbon, also the bulky one is bromine. The 2 bromines are on the same side of the double bond, therefore I say cis. If I take the next structure, so bromine, the two bromines are on the opposite side of the double bond. Therefore, they are trans. So therefore, these are two different structures. So one structure is called cis isomer. The other one is called the trans isomer. Okay, so that's the end of this lesson. So now it's time to do questions. So you can find questions in my study guide, the 3-4 study guide on pages 82 to 95. Thanks for watching my video. If you need any further information, please visit our website, which is www.roshchem.com. I will see you in another video. Thank you.